Hello fellow shadows, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about what I think would have changed in the Star Wars universe if Darth Maul didn't kill Qui-Gon, if either Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan killed Darth Maul before Darth Maul got the chance to kill Qui-Gon. So I think if Qui-Gon was to kill Darth Maul, he probably would have cut Darth Maul's double staff in half and then went for the head potentially, or tried to disarm Darth Maul with his head, cut off Darth Maul's hands, and then Obi-Wan still be a Padawan when the energy fields are disappeared. Obi-Wan runs to Darth Maul and ignores what Qui-Gon was saying, "Don't kill him, Obi-Wan," and goes for the head of Darth Maul. And I kind of try and make a Avengers reference with Thor when Thanos told Thor, "You still went for the head," and then in that game, what did you do? I went for the head. But anyways, I still think, regardless, pun intended or not, that I think Obi-Wan would have made the final blow, essentially, with going for the head. Now, with that said, I still think Obi-Wan would have been promoted to being a Jedi Knight. I think, shortly after the events of the Phantom Menace, I think Qui-Gon would have potentially maybe left the Jedi Order and become a Grey Jedi. For argument's sake, let's say that Qui-Gon would have been our first Jedi that we know of turned to being a Grey Jedi. And so that still leaves Obi-Wan being Anakin's master. But here's the thing. Everything that has transpired in Attack of the Clones, in my opinion, would have been fairly much the same. Except Anakin would have been less whiny, a bit more mature. Because he would have still had Qui-Gon teaching him some things in the ways of the Force and the ways of how he felt how the Jedi should act. And to, we still have that brother bond between Anakin and Obi-Wan, but I feel like Anakin would have tried even more to be the perfect Jedi to please Qui-Gon. And so I think Anakin would have been more seasoned, more mature, less whiny that we got to see him in Attack of the Clones. I think the only real difference for Anakin, outside of we would have gotten a bit more mature teen Anakin, was seeing him battle more with his emotions towards Padme, telling Padme, saying, "Yeah, I can't hold this in anymore, Padme. I've always liked to. Ever since I've seen you for the first time in Watto's shop 10 years ago at Tatooine. I liked you. And I know it's not the Jedi's way to have romantic involvement, but I have to let you know." Padme could say yeah. Padme could try to deflect her feelings off, saying, "Yeah, I'm sorry, Anakin, I don't feel those type of feelings for you." Still rejecting him, still having a similar, less creepy version of a conversation after that kiss that they had on Naboo. They still could technically have that kiss, and Anakin could say something, because it's the Jedi in him, and maybe he's taking too much responsibility because he's a Jedi, that, "I'm sorry that I kissed you earlier. That was out of line. I apologize." Then, pretty much, from there, everything that has transpired would have been done the same in the movie, the actual Attack of the Clones movie. with the exception of Qui-Gon would have been in the Battle of Geonosis, because even though Qui-Gon has been, like, he, in this theory that I'm creating, has left the Jedi and went with the Great Jedi, Qui-Gon still loves the Jedi as if they are his own family. So somehow I'm guessing either like Mace or Yoda as, hey, I know we have not, like, we aren't exactly on the same page here, but Obi-Wan and Anakin are in trouble and we could use as much help as we can get. Can you please help us? And seeing how Qui-Gon loves Obi-Wan as a son and uh, Anakin as a son, I can see that being the reason why he would say, yes, I will join. So pretty much the battle of Geonosis would have taken place the same in the arena. Anakin and Obi-Wan would have still followed Dooku like you saw in the film. Qui-Gon would have came in they and have some words with his own master before fighting. And Qui-Gon would have been pinned on the ground by Count Dooku, and Count Dooku saying, I'm sorry, my old Padawan, but I have no other choice. And as he lifts up his lightsaber, that's when he senses Yoda and an object coming towards him, and Count Dooku, like, gets out of the way and slashes the object that Yoda throws at him. And the ending to that movie would have been, to that fight would have been the same. And Yoda, the only difference is Yoda asking Qui-Gon, you okay? And Qui-Gon saying, yes, master. And Qui-Gon saying, thank you for letting me, letting me partake in this battle. And then, in between, like in the Clone Wars, Qui-Gon voices many times that he does not like the idea of the clone army. And the council still doesn't listen to him. And I feel like by the time when Anakin has those visions of Padme, he still would go to Yoda. And Yoda will still tell him the same thing as he told Anakin in the movie. But when Anakin finds out that Darth Palpatine is the Sith Lord the Jedi has been looking for, I feel like besides going to uh, Mace Windu like we saw, I think that Anakin would have went to Qui-Gon, because out of all the Jedi, I feel like Anakin would trust Qui-Gon the most, then Obi-Wan. And since Obi-Wan would be on Utapau fighting Grievous, or at that time Grievous would be dead, I feel like Anakin would tell Qui-Gon, and Qui-Gon said, are you sure? Are you positive that Palpatine is a Sith Lord? And Anakin said, absolutely, Master. And then Qui-Gon says, we need to go to Mace Windu right now. And Qui-Gon goes with Mace Windu, or goes with Anakin to go see Mace Windu to tell. And Anakin and Qui-Gon tells Mace Windu about Palpatine's actual identity. So I feel like when Mace said, stay in the council chambers, I sense a lot of confusion in you, Skywalker. When Anakin starts to say no, like after Anakin says no, I feel like Qui-Gon will say, Anakin, trust me on this one. You need to go stay in the Jedi quarters. I will be there to make sure things goes right. Don't worry, my friend. Oh yeah, and by this time, I feel like Anakin would have been comfortable to tell Qui-Gon that he had some romantic ties with Padme, but Qui-Gon agreed to keep his relationship with Padme a secret. And so, pretty much, Anakin stays in the Jedi quarters, and he stays there. Actually stays there because Qui-Gon convinced him. And actually, there's one side where he could stay there, and there's other side where Anakin still goes to the Chancellor's office. So pretty much, everything still plays out as you see in the movies, exception of Qui-Gon being there. And Mace still pins Sidious down, and so pretty much Mace is trying to is planning to kill Yoda, not Yoda, Sidious. Qui-Gon said, "This is not how the Jedi works. We need him alive." And Mace could tell Qui-Gon what he told Anakin in the actual movie. He's too dangerous to be kept alive. He has control of the court and the Senate. And Qui-Gon could say, "There's a better way. This is why I left the Jedi Order. If you want me to be proven wrong, if you want me to be wrong about my future about the Jedi in any way, this is your chance." Then, assuming that Anakin comes to the Senate, Chancellor building, Anakin could have been there. The dialogue could have still been the same, like in the movie, saying he's too dangerous to be kept alive. And then Qui-Gon, Sidious throws lightning at Sidious. The interaction when what we see in the movie when the lightning is thrown could be the same. And when Mace Windu says, "I'm gonna end this once and for all," as he lifts up his lightsaber, besides Mace Windu's hand getting chopped off, it gets force pulled by Qui-Gon into his hands. And as soon as Qui-Gon sees Sidious going to lightning at Mace again, he immediately blocks it with Mace's lightsaber, and Anakin pulls like Sidious back, like towards him, making it where Sidious kind of stops lightning at Qui-Gon, and Anakin whoops out his blade saying, "You will stop right now, Palpatine." And then Palpatine tries to get up, and Anakin cuts off Palpatine's hand. And pretty much, we get it where... Oh yeah, and I just mentioned that Count Dooku is still alive, that they took Count Dooku alive when Anakin and Obi-Wan rescued Palpatine. Because I feel like Anakin would have been a better Jedi per se if Qui-Gon was still alive. And so, long story short, he brings it the Jedi brings the case to the Senate, and they use Count Dooku as their witness, saying, "Hey, yeah, Palpatine was the one who tried to kill Padme. He was behind the Clone Wars. He manipulated both sides. He's a real villain. Palpatine gets removed from office, gets thrown in jail for the rest of his life. Rey never gets born because Palpatine never bangs a woman to get her pregnant with Rey's dad. And pretty much the galaxy lives happily ever after. And I feel maybe that's when Anakin, like the revelation that Padme is carrying Anakin's twins, comes out to the Jedi Order. And maybe the Jedi see that the no love rule is bullshit, and they change that a bit. And so Anakin still is able to be a Jedi without getting kicked out of the Order. And Luke and Leia would have been trained in the ways of the Force. And I feel like Leia will still be a senator. She should be a senator like her mother. Just that is able to fight with lightsabers and wield the Force more than we've seen, or better than we've seen in the what we've seen of Leia using the Force or lightsaber in the movies, which is like barely any. And yeah, that would have changed the entire original trilogy, because Order 66 would have never happened. The Empire would have never happened, or at least not Sidious's version, anyways. The Jedi would still be prosper in the galaxy. And Han, Luke, and Leia, well, Luke and Leia probably wouldn't have met Han. And Han probably would have still remained a smuggler. And maybe they would have met Han, and maybe they would have met, like, fell in love, had Ben Solo, and Ben Solo would have been a Jedi. And maybe by the time that Luke became a Jedi Master, he would have taken over the Order and would have, I don't know, it would have